Welcome to Action Coaching. We're delighted that you joined us on today because God has another special coaching session just for you. Certainly, I want to encourage all of you that are viewing Action Coaching to consistently let others know that Action Coaching is on the air and that we strive to give you some coaching tips each and every week so that you can move on and develop things in your life. Action Coaching is not designed to change you. Action Coaching is just simply designed to help you be the best that you can be with your God-given gifts. And so we are so excited about being able to come to Action Coaching and share with you. Now, on today's coaching session, I want to start out, praise the Lord, by talking to you about, so many times when the new year comes, people say they're making a New Year's resolution. But I don't want you to say a resolution anymore. I want you to have a vision plan for the new year. Each and every year you should have vision plans that you're going to strive for, things that you're going to achieve, places that you want to go. It is so exciting to have a vision. The Bible says where there's no vision, the people perish. But I'm here to let you know that there are many blessings when you got a vision in your life. And I'm certainly excited about the fact that you're going to dream on this year. The things are possible for you, but they're not going to be possible if you don't know where you are going. And you find out in any business or anybody that's got a professional athlete, teacher, whatever, there are always lesson plans. There are always plans of things that they've got to achieve in this year. And so I am so excited about what the Lord is going to do as you apply the vision to your life. Now, I want to encourage you that as you sit down and plan a vision, then make sure that you start with what you're going to do first and what you expect to achieve after you go through your steps. That's the most important part of any vision. And I believe that the Lord is going to take you to that given place you want to go this year. So, what is a vision? That's a mental picture of where you want to go. Sometimes it might be somebody that represents the mental picture. Not that you want to be like that person, but they represent the mental picture as to where you want to go. Or there may have been something that you read or you saw or you did a little investigation on, and it represents the mental picture of where you want to go. So I'm encouraging you, let's first start with the mental picture. Don't just jump into it and then try to work backwards. So many times people just jump into something and then try to work backwards, and that's not the way that it works. You start with the vision statement first. You start with your plan first. You start with those things laid out that you expect to achieve, and you have dates and completion dates on it, and you'll know exactly what kind of progress you're making. The reason you have coaching in your life is that a coach helps you stay on target, push you to continue to work out or strive at what you're doing each and every day so that you don't get off course. Because one thing in life, if you are not careful, it is very easy to get off course in the things that you have to do in life. But when you got a vision, then God will begin to move mightily by His power, and that's what we want you to do first. So maybe take out a whiteboard. What you call a whiteboard ain't nothing on the board, it's just white. But then you start writing your vision statement that you're going to improve in this or this and this throughout the year, and that's the way you strive with the first part of the year. Like I told you, so many people make resolutions, but they never get to do anything with the resolution. They just made the resolution. Some people say, I'm going to change this year and still be the same way they were last year. They don't do anything. They don't have any goals. They don't have any objectives that will force them into sticking to a timetable and changing your life and your desire and the things that you want to accomplish. So that is real exciting. You got to have a vision statement. And I know that the Lord is going to move mightily in that vision statement. Now, let's talk about the planning. I think a lot of times when people start planning, they might write 15 or 20 things that they're going to do. And sometimes writing and desiring that much can be overwhelming. So you probably just need to start with the first things that you can do first. Start, maybe you got a 5-step plan that I know I can do these things first before I move on to 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on like that. You know, maybe your first step might be, well, I'm gonna get up at 5 every morning for my workout. Now let's start with the 5 every morning first. Before you decide how you're going to work out or the things you're going to do or the things you're going to study, let's see about achieving the 5 every morning. That's the first thing you got to do. Then you might move to the second thing. The second thing is once I'm up at 5, either I'm going to eat some breakfast, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go on a 40-minute workout. Okay, let's start with those first. Don't look way down the road and say, well, this time next year, I'm going to look this way and that way. No, just take the day and the time that you're dealing with because it's going to be important. So we're challenging you to do just that. You know, you start with something you can achieve, and as you achieve that, you can move on to bigger and better things in the name of carrying out your dream, your goal, and your vision. You see a lot of times, companies, successful people will say, this year I hope to accomplish that. They don't say for the next 10 years. They just say, this year I hope to accomplish that. And others will say, well, the first 6 months of the year I'm going to do this. And then they'll move on to the next 6 months of the year. So don't let all of the things that you got to do overwhelm you from the start. You got to first start with the vision. You got to first start with the plan. You got to first start so that you are not overwhelming yourself with your goals and your desires this year. And then also, along with that, it does not hurt to have a coach, to have somebody that maybe been where you're going, to kind of keep pushing you towards your goal. That's why we have action coaching. You know, my desire is whatever you believe you want, I'm just here to give you some tips to keep pushing you toward your goal. Now, I don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you. Welcome back. I left off talking about how, you know, you'd have a coach, somebody that's been where you're going, and that way you can have somebody to keep encouraging you to take the steps that you need to accomplish your vision or dream in this year. I'm excited about the fact that in your life, anytime you decide, you have opportunities to make yourself better in every area. Anytime you decide that you want to be bigger and better than what you were last year, then you can take that opportunity and start putting the work in and achieve a purpose and a goal in this year. I'm excited every year. I don't start out with resolutions. I start out with achievable projects for the year. Things that I can achieve and do and strive toward the ultimate goals of my life. And that's why I'm so excited about a vision statement. I'm so excited about God's power and how that as you put the work in, you can move on and on and on and become bigger and better and achieve more things. Did you not know that there are so many gifts in each one of us? And the only gifts that become strong are the gifts that we spend the most time on. You know, that's been proven. Whatever you spend the most time on or working on, that particular part of you becomes stronger. Some people's gift is talking. And then they talk a lot, then the talking becomes stronger. Other people's gift is they can have great strength. But however, to have great strength, they got to put in time, working on their strength. And there are a host of gifts that as we prioritize them and spend the time on them, we can become bigger and better. And we can do it even greater, and it will supply various things in our life. So that's what coaching is all about. And that's what striving is part of the process. It's amazing that, they'll have months in the year, they'll have days on the calendar, but all of that starts out with the very first day. You don't get a calendar that jump automatically to the 6th day. It starts with the first day. So you've got to sit down and decide first, what is your coaching plan? What do you want to be better at? How do you want to strive for more? And that's where you're going to proceed down that line and watch you achieve great things in your life. I found out that in every aspect of my life, a lot of times, not only people coach me, I have to coach myself sometimes. So stay on target, stay on goal, continue to strive, continue to follow the plan. Don't expect after doing it 1 or 2 days, you're going to have an instant release or you're going to achieve it instantly. It takes time. It takes patience. Patience is a virtue. Patience is necessary to achieve the great goals that you so desire. And certainly I'm excited about that. Now let's talk 2 or 3 things before my time is up. So let's go back. Number 1, you got to have a vision plan. You got to sit down and decide it. Don't just write it off the top of your head, but go sit down somewhere quietly and decide what you want to achieve and what it's going to take to achieve it. And then you got to ask yourself, are you willing to put the work in to achieve that? That's one thing you have to do. Number 2, the next thing you got to do is you got to find out how much work is it going to take to get this? How much sacrifice is going to take? Some of the things you got to give up, some of the places you can't go, some of the things that you spent time on, you can't do it anymore, then you got to decide that. You can't just say, I decided as I go. You have to decide it up front, because deciding it will constantly kind of just keep reminding you. You said you weren't going to do this anymore. You said you were going to let this go. You said you was going to do all of these different things. And then the number 3 thing is, once you've done the other 2, then you have to sit down and decide that what advantage is this going to be to you in your life. If you do the other 2, the number 3 is what the advantage that this is going to be to you in your life. And certainly that's an important part of it. So I certainly want to challenge you in this time that there are some amazing things that you can achieve. There are some powerful things that God wants to do for you, and God has put unique gifts in each one of us. And we can do as much as we are willing to dream and work for. Isn't that exciting? We can be whoever we decide we're going to dream and work for. And we can prosper and experience awesome things when we decide that we are going to do those things. So see, that's why coaching is necessary, just to consistently remind you of those things so that you can continue working on them each and every day. Now, I'm excited talking about this, and I certainly want to encourage those of you out there, reach out to me and let us know maybe one of the tips I gave you, you want me to expound a little bit more on, and I'd be love to just spend a whole program talking about that. Or maybe you want me to expound more in depth on each topic. We're willing to do that because Action Coaching is here to help you, is here to serve you, is here to help you become the best person that God has already designed for you to be. This is the great year, this is the great time, and this is our time. And we are going to strive forward and achieve those things that we can see for ourselves. The vision we have for ourselves, we are going to achieve those things. And I'm excited for you because there's so many things that we all have yet to achieve, but it's still waiting on us. There's so many open doors we have yet to go through, but the doors are still waiting for us to knock. There's so much potential in us that we haven't even used all the potential that's in us. There's more in us than we ever thought possible. Yes. And you know the great thing about it? There are others that will come along beside us because they're striving for the same thing. They're pushing for the same thing. And ultimately, you can have the satisfaction of achieving great stuff in your life. And that's what coaching is such an important part. Everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs someone to encourage and drive and motivate them each and every day. And that's why ultimately I am excited about this Action Coaching time, because I get a chance to just give from my experiences to people and talk to you kind of in a calm down setting about the goals that each individual have and how they can strive to achieve those things through coaching and putting the necessary work in, and ultimately they will reach the place that they're supposed to reach, because that's God's desire for you. Now, I certainly want to encourage you to continue praying with us here on Action Coaching, because we endeavor to do bigger and better things, to be able to share even more information with you so that it will continue to bless you. And we certainly thank God for you tuning in each and every week. Pass the word around, share it with others so they too can be blessed from Action Coaching. And certainly we're looking forward to continuing to talk to you more and more. Remember, we got to have a vision statement for this year. We got to be willing to put in the work. And then, of course, we're going to have the satisfaction of achieving those things. Well, I don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you. Welcome back to Action Coaching. Certainly we're delighted that you were with us on today. And we certainly want to encourage you to sit down and sow a generous seed faith offering for the support of Action Coaching. It is through your support that we're able to bring Action Coaching to you, and we can do bigger and better things here on Action Coaching just by way of helping you, and you're helping us spread Action Coaching around. So I would love for you to sit down and sow a generous seed faith offering on today. There's a link in my bio that will give you a host of ways to sow unto Action Coaching. And certainly I thank God for you sowing to Action Coaching. And I appreciate the fact that God is going to richly bless you for helping us to spread Action Coaching around so that so many other people can get help. Well, the Lord bless you. I certainly enjoy sharing with you on today. And as I do each and every week, I want to encourage you. Share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.